Hello and welcome, this is MegaCorp, and we're back with some more of the multi-consumer products playthrough of Stellaris using the MegaCorp DLC. In the last video, I expanded my branch offices quite a bit by going into our subsidiary here, as they were fairly affordable to expand into, and we could build a bunch of buildings which are currently under construction. So really, it's just waiting for all that to construct and see the benefits of it. Another thing that we could do at this point is we could start upgrading the alloy manufacturing. Obviously, we need to trade for that. And, oh yeah, look at that income just jump up. Also Unity, because we're still kind of going for that. Once we get to a point where our traditions are mostly filled out, I'm probably going to switch things back to getting entirely income. But for the meantime, we're doing quite well. But in the near future, we're going to look to expand in some ways, in particular our alloy production. Ooh, we got insulted. Multi-consumer products. Straight from the bargain bin to the garbage bin. Oh, that hurts. Okay, let's... I'm assuming these guys upgraded by now. Let's merge them up and see what we've got. So we've got 5 destroyers and 8 corvettes. It says that it wants another 2 destroyers, so I'm okay with that. So we'll go over to Gorham Station here. We do have a slot that I still have not filled out. And I've just kind of kept it open in case there was something that I really wanted here. Like, one thing I could do is I could do another shipyard to increase my production rate at Gorham. But for now, I think I'm still going to leave that open. Okay, let's go to our shipyard. And we want a couple more of these destroyers. So just build one for now, and we'll kind of play it by ear. Now, we're still a ways away from our truce ending. It's 39 from what I remember, so we've got 4 years on that. How's the war going? I didn't check that in the last video. Yeah, that's our Vana starbase finishing some of its stuff. So that has now become a shipyard. And then the starbase itself has an upgrade here, and I think I was going to do the Fleet Academy. Okay, so now Gorham Station has finished its one thing. Now we're going to go and build another destroyer. And then we'll go from there. But I think I'm in a pretty happy place. How's our trade looking now that we moved that fleet away? Ooh, Hicklam has some problems. So we'll have to take a look at what's going on with that. So Hicklam has piracy here. That has long been a site of piracy. I thought I had taken care of it by now. We could look to upgrade one of the star bases here and try and get more protection from that. How much would it cost? 260? That's not too bad. And then we just go straight up for defenses. I think I'd rather do that than try and force a fleet. Although, in the meantime, what we can do is we can grab this fleet and go here. And I kind of forgot about this in the last episode, but we can come over here and fix this. At least I think we can, because we have the technology now. Ah, okay. Ooh, wow. Okay, the ancient remains are what appears to be a gateway of some sort. If repaired, the structure could enable starships. So this is not something you need a construction ship for. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, still, I think I want the construction ship coming over here. But that's a lot of resources. So that's going to be our goal, I think. So we need a lot of alloys and a lot of energy credits. The alloys is going to be the biggest problem. The energy credits, not so much. All right, well, that's our goal. Once we have that repaired, I'll be pretty happy. Okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of good. Really, I guess this guy is playing both sides. All right, we do have traditions. Okay, so we could get survey speed and science ship disengage up, or we could get research Pops working research have upkeep reduced by 20%. This doesn't really help me that much, I would think. Really, what we would want is this. Research station output increased by 10%. But you know what? I'm going to take this one first, because it has more immediate benefits for me over this. The survey speed doesn't really help me at all right now because we don't have anything to survey. Well, I say that, I mean, we could be coming over here and surveying all this stuff, I guess. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, and there's a bunch of events that would happen. You know what? I'm going to do that. Even though we only have the one science ship, I think it's a worthy thing to do. So, this is the main area I think we would need to survey. So, let's come all the way down here and start surveying. Because we already surveyed up in this area. It does put our science ship a long way away, but we could always jump our science officer where we need them. They're not doing anything anyway at the moment, so... Okay, so Gorham finished the destroyer production. So at the moment they're asking for 2 more destroyers. I don't think I'm going to be producing those now. I think we're probably just going to sit on what fleet we have. As much as it would be interesting to try and expand our fleet as much as we can, let's see what the situation is. So the main one that we're worried about, obviously we don't care about the Fallen Empire. We're caring about these guys. And they're equivalent to us at this point. They're actively in a war. Let's see how that war is going. So these guys have not been taken yet. I don't see anything captured, which is typically where we see the action. I do see a capture. Oh, they're fighting back now. I see 2 captured systems here. Amazing. Okay. Any captured systems here? Not that I see. No? Okay. I would assume nothing captured here. These are the guys that are getting attacked. Let's see if there's anything captured down here. No, but we have this captured. So a little bit of things have changed hands. And I believe these guys are in the fight as well. I could be wrong on that. There's one way to find out. Mandate, yeah, they would be involved because they're in that federation. I don't see anything captured along their border offhand. So that seems solid. And I don't think these guys are involved. So yeah, okay. So system here, a couple systems up in the Elamid Star Empire. So interesting. These guys are pretty sizable. I think they're the largest. I mean, if I zoom out here, they're probably one of the largest now. It was for a while, these guys being one of the largest, but I think the Dumana Multistellar, they're one of the biggest. And then these guys. These guys are pretty good too. Yeah. Fortunately, we kind of got smooshed in between a bunch of empires, so we didn't have that expansion. And I didn't expand as aggressively as maybe I should have either, so that's another thing. Alright, well anyway, let's go ahead and continue. So we can sit on those piracy for a little while. I haven't seen any private colony ships, which I actually kind of expected. Because, I mean, we do have planets that are colonizable. Okay. That's actually bad for us, because these guys are not on good terms with us. So that may drive a wedge between... What are they called again? The Golden Compact? Now, I do have planets that I could colonize, if I wish. All right, let's take a look at the research. So we have the advanced railgun. Okay, so cruiser build speed and cruiser build cost. Probably something that I'd want. Buying station output is always good, and it's pretty cheap to get. Corvette hull points. That could be beneficial. I mean, we tend to lose Corvettes. You know what? I'm going to do it, because we tend to lose Corvettes pretty fast. I like Corvettes from a ship standpoint. Kinetic battery. Okay. Interesting. We also have the battleship build speed and cost. But yeah, I think we go with the Corvette hull points, make them more survivable, and we'll have a big bonus for it anyway. Looks like we may have, yeah, research agreement helping us out as well. So this should happen pretty fast. We finally have the trade value here. You know what? I forgot about this planet. How good is that? So that's a 15 size planet. Doesn't have a lot of mining resources. Neither does that one. Then we have this system over here. Which, again, similar. But it does have that cornucopia attribute, which means that it has a lot of food. Again, not something we necessarily are... Well, you know, we are starting to run a little short on that, I guess. Alright, well, let's pop into Sierra Station here. And get ourselves... we are trying to save, though. But a colony ship isn't that expensive, I guess. They want to be patient on that. But it's definitely something we could do. And it would increase our... Oh, migrating forests. The surface of such and such prime is covered in lush forests with massive tree analogs rising hundreds of meters into the air. Interestingly, our colonists have found that nearly all of the flora is mobile to various degrees. Forests stretching for miles will slowly migrate to new areas richer in nutrients in a cycle that seems tied to the planet's orbit. Unfortunately, this has seriously hampered our efforts to develop the colony's infrastructure. The migrating trees frequently cut power lines, smashing our buildings and roads into rubble. We need to find a solution. Okay. So we have... Study or burn? Okay, well, let's take a look at that in due time. But yeah, we want to improve our economy because I feel like that's the thing we're really lacking. And this is a measure of your resource intake. It's not necessarily a measure of your wealth, I don't think, because if we were to compare our two empires on this, which I think is more a measure, we're equivalent. But that seemed like a pretty dramatic difference between us. Alright, well, in any case, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we've got the 10% research. We could get our neutron launchers up, which is a technology we use. Anomaly discovery chance, anomaly research speed, colony development. That's starting to become a little bit more of a thing that we may want to do because we have at least a few colonies we could found. So it's quick. I think we do that one. We also have auxiliary fire control, which is also very cheap, but I think we go with this. All right, and then the other thing, we have Paradise Dome. And that's probably where the luxury residence gets upgraded. We've got the tile blocker clearer, which I think I'm going to go with that over all else, because I like getting those blockers cleared. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look now that we have done that. Actually, I forgot what I was going to take a look at. Oh, well, I'll just go ahead. You know, things like these are things that I'm going to want to do, but I don't have the resources just at the moment to do. Although we have such a income coming. I just am worried what's going to happen to our minerals. And the resources, the biggest resource is our population. This is going to create a whole bunch of jobs, this upgrade. And we still have a pretty wide gulf in between how many jobs we have and where our population is at. Okay, let's take a look at our smaller planets, though. Like, one thing that we could do is we could get another mining district here, because that would definitely benefit us. And then on this planet, I think we need to find more exotic gases. I think that's going to be our main concern. It would help us to produce some. So unfortunately, the one people that I contacted, the Trader Enclave, which was these guys that had the moats, that's not what we want. I think these guys were the ones that had the rare crystal. I don't think we've talked to these guys yet, so let's communicate to them. Okay, that's exactly what we're looking for. So we could actually offer quite a bit here because we're making 126 at this point. So I could offer 40 and get 4 exotic gases, and that would allow me a lot of upgrades, because at the moment we're only producing 1. So that'd give me at least 5 upgrades that deal with exotic gases. I think that's a good call. So we'll do that. And then that should increase our intake of that. Oh, it hasn't calculated yet, but then we could freely come over here and do this upgrade. And then we'll, you know, we'll work on alloys and things like that, because that also is needed, right? For the alloys, or was I mistaken? I hope I didn't just make a massive mistake on that. Oh no, we needed moats, okay. That's still not a big deal, because there's going to be other things that need that. I think it was the research clinics that needed... I can remember what might be. Yeah, there's research clinics that needed that. So that actually is going to be beneficial to us in the long run. Maybe I went a little too hardcore on that. Because what we really need is a bunch of moats, actually. Oh well. We'll make do. And we can always cancel the project. Or the trade, I should say.
Research actualized.
Okay, new research. So the colony development speed, we knew that would be fast. So we could upgrade our physics research. Very expensive at this point. This has come up again. Wormhole travel. Might be worth picking up just to get it done with, especially as it's a rare tech. This would also be worth it, the advanced combat roles. But I think out of these, let's go with the rare tech. Alright, continuing.
Upscaling complete.
And that was... yeah, the starbase. So what we want to do, grab that starbase. And we want to... oh. We can see what that's all about. Yeah, okay. More research. That was one of the things we were looking forward to. Okay, let's see. So expensive, city district housing, that could be valuable. Then the Corvette build speed. I think we take this. It's fairly, well, this is really cheap, but it's fairly cheap, but it's also useful. Okay, the other thing we wanted to do was build out our defenses. So missile battery, gun battery. Okie dokie. So we need 2.5K here, and what was the other resource that we needed? It's 2.5K and then 6,000. So we're going to have to start saving up our energy credits, although we could obviously trade to get up to that pretty easily.
Upscaling complete. Research actualized.
Okay. So we just lost one of our edicts, which I'm sure we can't afford to replace. Faction influence game +1. Okay. Stability, okay. Alien Zoo. So this is going to give society, research, unity, a whole bunch of stuff. I think I'm just going to grab terraforming at this point. Why not? So, capacity overload's kind of expensive, so there goes a lot of our income. Okay, so obviously that exotic gas thing was a mistake. So let's go in there and talk to these guys. We wish to end our resource trade deal. It's going to lower our opinion, but not sure I really care. Very well, we shall immediately transmit instructions to our freighters, telling them to stand down and return to base. Let us know if you change your mind. Yeah, so what we needed was actually moats, but that's fine. Now this is going to put us at a point where we have no exotic gases, but, you know, that's fine. Especially as we got more than we needed for a little while. So really just saving up for that 2,500. And we're at a point where we can go ahead and wrap up this video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.